My next question comes in relation to the conversion therapy bill. It was announced that Labor would, if elected, put forward a bill to ban conversion therapy. The Premier gave us an assurance last week that any ban on so-called conversion therapy would not limit prayer or preaching. Can you give us that same assurance? Also, there's a second part to this. A study just released earlier this month by senior physicians at Westmead Children's Hospital's gender clinic raised serious concerns about placing children on a gender-affirming pathway of puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones without proper inquiry as to whether it's appropriate for the individual child. And those doctors in that clinic projected that an unquestioned gender-affirming approach will result in more than 1 in 5 kids being exposed to inappropriate medical treatment, future regret and potential harm. Laws passed by Labor governments in other states prevent parents from doing anything except seeking gender-affirmative care for children experiencing gender dysphoria. Can you commit that a Labor bill will not silence or punish doctors or parents for resisting gender affirmation if they do not believe it is what is in the best interest of their child?
So look, in relation to the conversion therapy, we're concerned about the impact of young people in particular who are told that there's something wrong with them, and at a young age being told there's something wrong with you and that you have to change, particularly if you can't change, isn't healthy, and it may be very damaging. And I've said that we're going to pursue our own bill in relation to this. We're not just going to transpose the Victorian legislation and implement it into New South Wales. We will work with the Attorney General's Department and the Department of Health via a working group. And the reason for that is we've heard, I guess, a critique of the Victorian legislation from the AMA, who believed that the definition was too broad, and that medical professionals who are professionally accredited through their associations, who are in good standing, need to be able to have a seat at the table in relation to their application of their profession through their professional bodies. Now, I'm not committing to that, but that's the landing zone in which Western Australia ended up committing to. And it's an example of the complexity that's inherent in the bill. So I need to say that we won't direct, this has got to be directed at an individual's, the ban or the conversion ban has to be directed at an individual's sexuality with the direct purpose of suppression. Taking offence at the teachings of a religious leader will not be banned. Expressing a religious belief through sermon will not be banned. And an individual of their own consent seeking guidance through prayer will not be banned either. Now, it's a very complicated piece of legislation. We know that this working group is important in making sure that we understand the complexities in the law and the application of it. And we believe that we can thread the needle, if you like, to make sure that young people who are in that position are not damaged as a result. But I'm not standing here and sitting here in front of all of you suggesting that it's an easy law to land. You've seen complexity in other states and it needs to be handled carefully.